So February's now over, and I've been up to a fair bit of things here and there. So I just thought we'd make another recap like the one we did halfway through February about January. So let's get right into it, starting off with gaming, the main meat on the bones for this channel. This month I have been playing a lot of the headliners, a new indie game. I've made a video on it previously. I've really been enjoying that. I've not been playing it throughout the month. I played it a lot at the start and maybe a couple times since release. My friends who also bought it haven't really played it since, which is a shame, but one of them plays just a handful of games and occasionally tries out others. Other one's more of a movie fanatic at the minute. It was still a fun game, highly recommend it. I've made a video on it in the past, check that out if you've not already. I also played some more Resident Evil 4. Still not beat the game. It's not a game that's enticed me to finish it just yet. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. Resident Evil just doesn't seem to be my thing. I will still beat it at some point. I'll give you probably a review when I do that because it has been fun. It's just I've had so many other alternatives which I'd much rather play. This is a repeat mention because I did mention this in the January recap. It was kind of a mistake because I made the January recap midway through February, so I kind of got mixed up what I'd done in January and what I hadn't. February was when I started replaying the Ori games, and when I made that recap, I had only beat the Blind Forest. I hadn't played Will of the Wisp. I'm realising now, I think it was actually the first time I beat Will of the Wisp, though. I think I had played it in the past, but I'd never beaten it. Of course, I do have a video review already about the Ori games and how they are some of the most wonderful games I've ever played. I've just bought the Blind Forest on my Switch just so I can play it when I'm out and about and whatnot, or if I've gone away somewhere. It's always an option. It was £3. Why the hell not? One of the only games to leave me teary at the end as well, Will of the Wisp, so phenomenal games. Another game I had mentioned, I believe, in the January recap was also No Man's Sky. Again, that was a February game, not January. I haven't played much since I mentioned it last time. I've since uninstalled it because I feel I'm just kind of overwhelmed on where to go next. I don't know what to do. And there's things I want to do, but it evidently doesn't want you doing that just yet, and I keep moving around, so it's difficult for me to settle down and whatnot. Maybe at some point I will just get rid of a bunch of games, only have a couple installed, blitz through No Man's Sky. We'll see. On to games I've been playing more of. Jurassic World Evolution I played a bit more of. Stopped just before Penna. I will get back into it, but just taking a break from business simulators. Helldivers 2 I played a lot at the start of the month. Died down when one of my friends went away for a week, because he was usually who I played with. And I haven't played since, neither has he. He's not been playing any games since he got back, including my recommendations, which really pisses me off. But I've also gone back to another game which surprised me. We've been playing a lot more Phasmophobia this month. Me and a couple mates have just been playing pretty much all week this last week. It's been really fun. I'm really glad we're getting back into that game. I really love it. It's like it uses all the parts of my brain which I enjoy in a game. Like, it's making me think, solve shit. I like puzzle games that aren't puzzle games, if that makes sense. That's a terrible way to describe it, but you can probably figure out what I mean if you have played Phasmophobia. It's just a really fun game. Glad we're still playing it. Probably gonna be playing it later tonight as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all the replays. On to games I've played for the first time. The Stanley Parable was one, because it's in my Steam family library from one of my friends. And I've wanted to play this game for a while. It's been recommended to me by a couple friends in the past from college. You know, it was a really interesting game. I've not really beaten all of it. I feel like there's so much more I could probably do. But it was very humorous. I really did enjoy the humour of going against the narrator and interacting with him through the world. I think the funniest moment is the cleaning closet, just staying in there for ages and then coming out, going back in. That whole thing, if you've not played the game, all I'm saying is if you come across a supply closet, do everything you can to piss off the narrator. It is so funny. Probably won't be making a review for that game at the minute. I didn't really explore everything it had to offer to a point where I feel I could make a decent review out of it, so it'll just be part of this recap. I enjoyed it, it was fun. Probably go back to it at some point when I can figure out what else I need to do. I also played Celeste for the first time. This is a game that I've heard a lot about. It's been on my backlog for probably almost a year now. It's a really, really good game. I really, really love the message and themes of it. The gameplay's fine, it's just simple platformer. The mechanics aren't the intricate part, it's more you have to apply these simple mechanics in a complex way, if that makes sense. But it just has your simple dash, jump, climb, and wall bounce kind of thing. Really simple platforming mechanics, but the level design is so like complex that you have to apply them and really think about every move, which can be infuriating sometimes, but I'm glad I beat the game. It was really good. I haven't done the chapter 8 and 9 stuff because I've not been in the mood to replay it at the minute. I will at some point, don't get me wrong, once I've recharged and feel I'm going to be a bit better at the game, because apparently the difficulty curve suddenly goes from, so it was kind of like this, it was difficult and it kept getting more difficult. It just takes an absolute moon dive. I also played Supermarket Together. I've played this game in the past, but never properly. I only got to maybe the first 5 days. I did it in a YouTube video for Denial. I've been playing that with one of my friends. We did play it for quite often at start, and then it's been more on and off at the minute because I've been doing other things. But yeah, no, it's a really fun game. It is kind of just idly stand about at the minute because we're just trying to get money up so we can get more things. It does become more of an automation game towards the end, which is maybe why I've been losing interest and not felt as engaged. But there's the occasional moment where you do like setting up the store, placing things, organising shit, just all that shenanigans. And I also replayed a game which I played the demo of, but not the full game, called RoboBeat. That is a really, really fun game. One of my friends owns it again, played it with Steam Library, and it's just really fun. I just put so many custom songs onto that thing. Some of my favourites are definitely Judas by Lady Gaga, I Know Sumika by Tatsuya Kitani, and probably Feel It by Dave. Is that how you pronounce his name? D4VD, that's all I know how his name's spelled. I do not know the official pronunciation. But yeah, no, that's a really cool rhythm shooter game, if that makes sense. Because that is literally what the game is. It's a rhythm shooter. Highly recommend it if you've got the money spare and you're a fan of either of those genres. To kind of end things off in the gaming section, I've played a demo and a alpha this month. The demo I played was a game called Solarpunk. I noticed it when a YouTuber I'm friends with on Steam played it, and I checked it out, and it actually looked quite interesting. I really like the art style, and the gameplay looked pretty fun. Played it, it's only a demo, it's not gone too in-depth, hence there won't be a review on it, but it was really, really fun, and I do look forward to the full release, where I will probably end up making a review on it. I did get all of the demo content done. Built a nice little house, made an airship, went around, yada yada, grabbed some of the electrical shit. And then the alpha I played was more of the Splitgate 2 alpha. In the past, it's only been in the private playtests I've played this. I've played since... Was the first one in August? I want to say the first one was in August. So yeah, I've played every alpha since then. At the end of the day, usually just for an hour, because I've had work or uni or some sort of event. But this time it was a public one, and it lasted 4 days instead of just 5 hours. And it's been really, really fun. They've introduced a lot of new things, a lot of new modes, a lot of new gameplay things, like the whole leveling system now for progression. I'm kind of mixed on it because I don't mind it at the minute. I didn't like it at first, got used to it. But then I'm thinking back on it, it's because there's like a 7 times XP multiplier for the alpha. So I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it because it means there's going to be a hell of a lot to grind when the game comes out, which, don't get me wrong, I get why they've done it, but it's going to really deter new casual players away, I believe. Games already struggle with the casual competitive thing in general, and I've found the skill-based matchmaking or balancing has really, really been bad. Me and my team will be the most casual players like in the world, so we will easily lose because the entire team is like esports professionals or some shit. The skill-based matchmaking really doesn't work well with the level system for the items and equipment, and I think that is something that really needs either reworking or removing. The big modes, however, like the 3 teams of 8, is really, really fun. I enjoy those modes quite a lot just because you can run around on the giant maps and it feels like I'm playing Titanfall with some of the movement. No warring, obviously, but just running around sliding on the slopes and shit on the giant map. You get such momentum, it really reminds me of playing Titanfall again. I am also pretty good. Splitgate's one of the few first-person shooters which I can consider myself to be a above decent player. So yeah, it's really nice to keep playing this game, and I look really forward to its release. The Hunt the Death skins, I've got 2 out of 3, which is really annoying because I'm such a completionist, and I'm missing the Sabrask one, which is probably my most played faction, though I am really getting into Eros. Meridia's just alright, I'll play it if I need to. Sabrask, I like the power with the shotgun and the melee knuckles and the heavy punch. That is my go-to kit. And then Eros just for the movement, because again, Titanfall. Yeah, that's pretty much all my gaming for February. It's been, again, very gaming heavy this month. But let's move on to the shows now. So, I am still watching Dragon Ball Z. We are almost done. I think I've got like just over 50 episodes left, so not far now. And I am still also watching Solo Leveling Season 2. This has been a really good show. I've really enjoyed it. The only thing I hate is the wait between episodes, because it always ends on some sort of cliffhanger, which really makes me want to pull my hair out because I wish I could just speed up time and watch the next episode. The final episode's supposed to be an hour, so looking forward to that. We will make a full review once it's over. And then the final thing in terms of media is Invincible Season 3. I've really been enjoying this season. It is really good. I am going to make a video kind of mentioning it. I've really been enjoying it, and I will make a full review once it's over. We've only got a few episodes left now, so look forward to that. Now moving on to my personal life, I am still in university. Coming to a close now, pretty much. We're on the last 3 modules, which are all side by side. I just finished my 3rd module. It wasn't the best for me. It's animation, and I'm really not good at that sort of stuff. But we managed to make it through it. We'll see how I do. I've been doing pretty well so far throughout the course. I'm working at pretty high end, I'd say, which I'll take. Excited to see where it does lead. I will probably do the 2nd year, whether I'll do it immediately or not. I don't know, because the way my uni works is where you can like take breaks and stuff between years instead of doing all of it at once. But we'll see how I feel. I will probably end up trying to take a break if that's possible. I've not fully checked. I believe it is possible, but then a few things changed before I started, so I'll have to figure that all out. On some other stuff, I plan on getting a new PC. For like over a year now, I've been having audio issues with this microphone. I've tried getting new ones, tried swapping microphones. I believe it's something to do with the motherboard on the PC, with the USB slots and whatnot, but as I say, this new PC will be the test, but there's a few other reasons, like for the past few months now, occasionally when I start the PC, it'll say no operating system found, and I have to restart the whole thing again. And then it's also in the past few weeks been blue screening weekly. I really think it's about time I get a brand new one. I've had this one since lockdown, upgraded it a fair bit, but end of the day it was kind of a, right, I need something quick for online learning. I've upgraded it throughout the years, got a new graphics card, more RAM, changed to SSDs, improved the power supply. I've done a fair bit to this thing. It's been through a lot. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Maybe I'll start streaming some high-end games on the channel. I've wanted to get into streaming, but I'm not sure yet. And to end it all off, my short film Vendetta is now on the movie database. I made this like about a year ago for my media production course in college, and one of my friends showed me how to get it on the movie database. So we're now on there. I'm registered for all the roles I did for some of my friends, and you can see the film profile. And it's also on Letterboxd, which is the film review app which my friends got me into. That's just a fun little recap of my February. Let me know what you guys have been up to in February. Let me know what you're probably going to get up to in March, and I'll see you at the end of March for the recap. So, without further ado, see you around.